The Lord is our shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh I like down in a green pasture. Him leadeth I beside still water. Them him restoreth I soul. Him leadeth I in the path of righteousness for him name's sake. Yea! Though I rasta, I go walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I can't fear no evil. For thy rod and thy staff them comforted I and I. Who prepareth a table before I. In the presence of our enemy them, who anointed I head with no oil. My cup runneth to over. Surely goodness and mercy I go follow I all the days of I life. Me I go dwell in the house of the Lord God. Jah, kadema way grow my be. How my house so bolisa. I don't know what to. It was sick player 4. How what time you mo eh? Ho you wala don. How? Nuko ye cheme. Olaba wo. This is the black pot, aka Kukushunemo, where we speak truth to power. Here we don't criticize, but if we must, it would only be on one condition: to build and not to destroy. That is why we keep saying we are in the service of God and country. Again, here we are not neutral, because we are not. And we have never claimed to be. Actually, we have taken sides, the side of the truth. And my name, Black Rasta. Now, in every traditional African home, there is a black pot. And each time this black pot sits on the fire, there is something super sumptuous cooking. Ingredients of so many different types, shapes and sizes, aromas and even flavors. Put aside all their differences and relocate into the black pot, where they are subjected to some really good amount of heating. At the end of the day, they produce sumptuous food. And all this palatability for the nourishment of the family in its whole entirety. That is what we literally do here. We pick up ideas from all walks of life, all and sundry, the rank and file of our people, right from the crowns of their heads all the way down to the soles of their feet. And we subject these to some crucial forensic scrutiny, right after which we tease out the creme de la creme, yes, the creme de la creme of all these ideas, and use that for the development of our people, our continent, our land. This is the black pot, aka Kukushunemo, where we speak truth to power. This is the headquarters of the truth. It is the habitat of the truth. This is the mansion of the truth, the address of the truth, the hometown of the truth, the bedroom of the truth. Oh, this is the truth. This is the black pot, aka Kukushunemo, and here we speak truth to power. Absolutely. Our numbers are scrolling on the screen. Pick up the numbers and do business with us. If you have a story you want us to follow up on, we do that for free. And we take delight in following up on your stories so we can get results for the betterment of our motherland. This is the black pot. Come here. Now, today we have a number of stories we want to look at. And we need you to come along in the interim. Thanks so much to our wonderful sponsors. Oh my God, we love you. Now, thanks so much to Tesori Doriente. Now, turn every single shower into a royal experience with Tesori Doriente. Now, this is the shower gel everybody's talking about. Yes, shower gel. Now, pour a little bit of this shower gel in the middle of your palm. Shake up the bath water and watch how the foam becomes so rich in lather. Let it nourish your skin and make your skin glow like the morning sun. Oh my God, smell like heaven. This is Edenic. My brother, my sister, it comes in so many different fragrances. We have the Ikigai, we have the Karma, we have the Forest Therapy, we have the Royal Oud, we also have the Persian Dream. This is Tesori Doriente. And even more fragrances. Remember, they are fragrances, not flavors, because these are natural. This is Italian technology coupled with African raw materials to give you that premium quality, made very affordable just for you. What are you waiting for? Is there a new chick in town that you need to impress? Maybe there's a new guy in the area and you want to show him you are the area mama. Oh gosh, go get Tesori d'Oriente. For 48 hours and beyond, you still smell like the Garden of Eden. With Tesori d'Oriente, it is soft, it is smooth, it is silky, and its long-lasting oriental fragrance will go, sweet like the Garden of Eden. For more purchases and inquiries, please contact Daddy Ash Limited. And this is proudly distributed in Ghana by Daddy Ash Limited, the one and only. Call 0244 772599 as you see on the screen. 0244 772599. Tesori d'Oriente. This is the Black Pot, aka KUFFOUR, where we speak truth to power. We are also sponsored by the kind courtesy of Millennium Insurance. My brother, let me warn you, it's not every insurance that is an assurance. Some of it may pretend to cover you like a plaster, but it's ultimately a disaster. That is why I'm introducing you to Millennium Insurance, your trustworthy partner. Hey, now when it comes to Millennium Insurance, you are trustworthily partnered. Oh my God. What kind of insurance do you need? Is it a motor policy insurance? Maybe you want to insure your car against burglary, theft, and even fires. Maybe you want to run your own game the way you want it. Comprehensive? Or maybe third party. No problem at all. You are covered. Are you traveling outside the nation? Do you need travel insurance? Certainly you do. Please, Millennium Insurance is number one. Yes, your trustworthy partner. Oh, please. Our offices are all over Ghana. You can never get lost. But it's important to visit our sales portal, sales.millenniuminsurancegh.com. And that is it. Everything is everything. Pick up our numbers off the screen and call us. Let us continue to partner you. Now, the good news is this. In times of disaster that we have no control over, I'm talking about fires, I'm talking about floods, I'm talking about tsunamis, I'm talking about volcanoes, I'm also talking about, earthquakes. My brother, my sister, and even accidents. What are we waiting for? Millennium Insurance. And Millennium Insurance is very quick when it comes to claims. That is why everybody is applauding Millennium Insurance. Oh, I am overly excited. That is why I'm a proud Millennium Insurance person. That's your trustworthy partner. Millennium Insurance, your trustworthy partner. This is the Black Pot, aka KUFFOUR, where we speak truth to power. We are also sponsored by the kind courtesy of Lemfi. Now, when you are sending money from America, or maybe from Canada, into Ghana, you no longer have to run several kilometers away in order to locate a certain building. Sweat like a pregnant antelope. Right after that, you queue and wait until it is your turn to send money to Ghana. That hustle is dead and buried with Lemfi. Now with Lemfi, just your phone, just your laptop, on your computer, and everything is ratatatatata with the speed of the bullet. It arrives right here in Ghana. Oh yes, in just seconds. And then no transfer fees. And you get the most competitive rates. And if you are a first-time sender, hey, and you send $100 and beyond, we give you $20 back. That is what is called the cash back. But remember, you need to use the referral code. And it's so simple. One RASTA, as you see on the screen. RASTA bakupe. Once you do that, you get the cash back, and anytime you send money to Ghana, make sure you use that same referral code, one RASTA, and many more bonuses will come dancing on your table. Now, if you're sending money from the Eurozone, Europe, no problem at all. 100 euros and beyond, we give you 10 euros back. If you're sending from the UK, as they say, my brother, you would get 10 euros back, 10 British pounds back, depending on what currency you send it in, 100 euros or 100 British pounds and beyond. That is what is called the cashback, just because you have decided to trust us. And when it comes to Lemfi, I am a proud one, a proud Lemfian. You know why? Because Lemfi is doing a lot of community engagement in Ghana. Oh yes, community developments. Yes. That is Lemfi for you. It's most authentic. That is why everybody's talking about Lemfi. My brother, my sister, tell your business partners abroad. Tell your family and friends. If they are sending money to Ghana, it must be Lemfi. If it is not Lemfi, don't send it. This is the Blakk Pot, aka KUFFOUR, where we speak truth to power. Listen, today we have 5 very important stories to share with you. We have exclusives. Oh my God. This is the home of exclusives. And you know, when we tell the story and we break it, it takes them days to bring you the same story you heard way back on this show. That is why we are called the home of hot exclusives. This is the Blakk Pot, aka KUFFOUR, where we speak truth to power. If you're ready, let's get ready to rumble. Story number 1. Watch this. Dr. Sledge angry at wife's arrest. Wow. And this is exclusive. Now, all of us know the CEO of Gold Ridge. Yes, Gold Ridge. That is the guy. He's called Nana Yaw. But he got a doctorate. My brother, my sister, that was slapped on him by a university. My brother, my sister. And from that time, he added doctor to his name. Dr. Sledge. An honorary doctorate he got. This is Nana Yaw. Now he started as a small-scale businessman. He got into the gold business, and when the NPP came into power, according to the office of the special prosecutor, he became a very terrible guy, stealing from the nation. He took so much money, in millions of American dollars, from the Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo government, and he was supposed to supply gold to the nation. They had a certain program called Gold for Oil, Oil for Gold, whatever nonsense that was. My brother, my sister, he lurked in the shadows and stole from the people of Ghana, according to the office of the special prosecutor. My brother, my sister, at the time, Iyoko was interested in investigating this guy. Iyoko had piled up so much dossier on this guy called Nana Yaw, aka Dr. Sledge. But OSP had already jumped into the melee. So the office stepped back, and I'm talking about Iyoko, under Capo di Tutti Capi, one Raymond Archer. My brother, my sister. Iyoko started to sit back, not losing interest in the case, but watching everything going on around the case. Then Iyoko publicly showed interest in the case. And this man here called Nana Yaw, aka Dr. Sledge, decided to talk to his lawyers, to write to Iyoko and tell Iyoko, you know what? OSP is already investigating us. And if anything at all, please allow OSP to investigate us and hold your fire. And Iyoko laughed. There is no criminal who would choose hotter fire over cool waters. My brother, my sister, Iyoko decided to stay back and just watch the shenanigans until it was time. But my brother, what was he accused of? According to the OSP, come here. This is the Blakk Pot. Run the dossier. Let's run through and get to know this man properly. And at the same time, we will see exactly what he was accused of doing. Dr. Sledge, he was a prominent Ghanaian businessman and the founder and CEO of Gold Ridge, Ghana Limited. an integrated gold company, and is well known for his high-profile lifestyle and significant philanthropic activities in Ghana. My brother, he holds a degree in marketing from the UK. He has a doctorate. From December 2018, he was honored with a PhD in business administration by the Constantinian University, after which he began being addressed as Dr. SLEDGE. This is the guy we are talking about. Nana Diodu. Oh yes, that is Dr. SLEDGE. Now his primary business is the gold rich thing, and that's about gold. He also has the Silver City Real Estate, which is a real estate, my brother, my sister, in Tema and beyond. He has played several international roles, including sitting on the boards of international gold dealing companies like Sakti Trading Group, Shanti Corporate Holdings, and Magnate Holding Company in Hong Kong. Now, he's had public partnerships, yes, partnered with the Tema Metropolitan Assembly on infrastructure projects and the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources for mining solutions. This is Dr. SLEDGE. Oh yes. Now he came into prominence somewhere in 2018. My brother, my sister. Oh yes. When he appeared at Shatta Wale's Rain album launch. And boom, he doled out 150,000 Ghana cedis, an equivalent of about 15,000 American dollars. That was when Ghanaians started to see him. Now the tax authorities started running after him to find out where this man made his money from and if he was paying tax or not. Now, he has been involved in philanthropy as well. When COVID-19 came, he donated a lot of food supplies to the greater Accra region. And his lifestyle is unique, opulent, nothing more. And when we say opulent, you understand. Rich lifestyle. He owns a luxurious mansion in East Legon and a high-end car collection, including Rolls-Royce, Ferrari, Bentley. This is the guy, Nana Yaudiodu, a.k.a. Dr. SLEDGE. Hey, and now, when the office of the special prosecutor went in there, I believe AGYARKO was looking from afar and how the case was moving. AGYARKO was not too happy with that. I am sure. Now, AGYARKO, unbeknownst to so many people, had the patience of the vulture, waited patiently for the wounded animal to lie flat and cold, so it would pounce on it and have a feast that is worthy of a real feast. My brother, my sister. Hey, now the Minerals Income Investment Fund, MIF, my brother, my sister, was the hotbed of corruption, according to the OSP. My brother, my sister, several millions were slapped out of the MIF created by Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. And the first guy who really benefited from MIF was no other person but Dr. SLEDGE. Run it. Now, my brother, my sister, this is the man we're talking about. Oh, yes. The office of the special prosecutor started running after him. Raids here and there. But Dr. SLEDGE didn't seem to be scared of the OSP. Did you realize it? And many people on this platform were pushing me to talk. And I said, I will not talk. Let's give the OSP the chance to work. Now, my brother, my sister, watch this. Interesting things. Now, gold for Forex, gold for oil. This was the program. And Dr. SLEDGE allegedly made a lot of money by milking the people of Ghana. Some other sources say that he used some of the money to finance the NPP's political campaigns. Some other people said, oh, he was kind enough to even sponsor some other politicians from the NDC, including my very good uncle, the most trusted Dr. Dominic Akuritinga Ayene, as told to us by the Honorable Member of Parliament, A+. My brother, my sister, this is the guy we're talking about. He's politically linked. He has power. He has connections. Hey! Now the OSP said he had been able to steal as much as 94 million American dollars. Oh my God. And they called it a loss to the state due to Gold Ridge Refinery Limited's failure to honor state settlements and the myth-backed initiative. Oh gosh, this is Nana Yao Diodu. Now watch this interesting thing. He couldn't deliver the gold that he took money for, 94 million American dollars. And the NPP was quiet about it. Probably because the NPP are taking some money from him for campaign and all that. Like we heard in such other cases. Now, watch what happened. Now, the OSP went into action, went and raided the Trasaco residence of Dr. SLEDGE and even his East Legon offices, and seized luxury vehicles, including a Rolls-Royce Phantom, Mercedes-Benz, jewelry, firearms, and property documents. All this for one man, and I'm talking about Dr. SLEDGE. But the OSP was moving quite slow. The OSP was not biting hard enough, because we saw Dr. SLEDGE driving around in some other luxurious cars. Where did he get them from? Throwing parties left, right, and center. And Accra High Court finally came in and said, you know what? We are not going to confirm the freezing of assets valued at 18 million Ghana cedis. Hey, SLEDGE, go and take your own thing and forget everybody. And SLEDGE grew more wings to fly higher and higher. My brother, my sister, the OSP was not happy. OSP wanted to bite harder. But it looked like the OSP was treating Nana Yaw with kids' gloves. And Iyoko was angry as Nana Yaw Diodu. That's the name. Not Nana Yaw Redu. My brother, my sister. Hey, interesting things. Now see what happened. Right after that, flip. We're talking about Dr. SLEDGE. Hey, Dr. SLEDGE became more pompous. He was seen in town now, as if nothing was happening. And many people said he was in bed with Iyoko. I beg your pardon, with the OSP. Now, Iyoko was waiting patiently for OSP to finish dealing with Nana Yaw Diodu, a.k.a. Dr. SLEDGE. And then they would also pounce on this same guy. Hey, he flaunted wealth. He had the Rolls Royce. Oh, he had so much money. He even dashed his wife. Oh, a beautiful car, luxurious car, worth over 300,000 American dollars. Hey, my brother, my sister. And watch what happened. Now the OSP was ready to continue with the investigations. But it came out that the OSP can no longer investigate anybody in Ghana. You can investigate, but you cannot prosecute unless you speak with the Office of the Special Prosecutor. And that stalled the action of the OSP. Oh my God. And remember, recently everybody was talking about that. Nana Yaw Diodu has so much. Now this is where the story is big. Nana Yaw Diodu, a.k.a. Dr. SLEDGE, whilst he was being investigated by the Office of the Special Prosecutor, he was just joking. Walking around town, driving around, and he recently even threw a birthday party. Oh yes, a birthday party, a big birthday party, and these are the pictures. People came around, they danced, wonderful cars were there. He himself was around dancing and feeling good as if nothing was happening. Was the special prosecutor in bed with this guy here called Dr. SLEDGE. The whole of Accra came to a standstill when this party was thrown, and Dr. SLEDGE himself appeared. And he has musicians who are his friends. Some of them appeared there, my brother, my sister. And he walked like a king. No problem at all. We were told it was his son's birthday. My brother, my sister. He appeared there in glitz and glamour. That was when Iyoko decided to bite. Now we broke the news. His wife is called Queen Amadia. Queen Amadia. This is the lady. She's so curved. Some people believe that the credit should be given to her surgeon. But we don't have any evidence. All we can say is that she's so curvaceous. Oh my God. She's slightly older than Nana Diodu himself. Her name is Evelyn Nana Ama Diodu. But everybody calls her Queen Amadia. Whatever happened, she was trying to leave the country. Then boom, at the airport. My God. She was told that she couldn't cross the red line. What is the issue? What have I done? No, sir. Please. And Iyoko was invited in. Bam! She was taken away, all the way to the offices of Iyoko. And Iyoko clapped. Now it is time for a real investigation. It is time to go into this properly. What do we mean by properly? Let OSP handle Dr. Sledge. We will handle Mrs. Sledge. Now that OSP doesn't so much have the power to prosecute, unless OSP talks to Dr. Dominic Akuritinga Ayini's office of the Attorney General. Iyoko got all the energy to invite this woman. And when she sat down and she was going through interrogation, oh my God. Oh my God. So many things came up. So many things came up. Can I tell you more? Now I can tell you that at least 4 accusations from Iyoko have been slapped on Dr. Sledge through the wife. And the wife is there talking. She is talking. And Dr. Sledge is fretting and shaking as if he had pokpok blibli. Dr. Sledge is probably sitting down there hot and thinking, what is my wife telling Iyoko? Hey, my wife knows too much about me. Then he's probably beginning to think, we did told this woman so far. He quickly sent his lawyer to go and represent the wife. And to his shock and surprise, the wife said, you know what? I am okay. I honestly don't need any lawyer. Me, myself, I am my own lawyer. Allow me, I am cool. What? Dr. Sledge cannot take it anymore. Dr. Sledge is wondering what his wife is telling Iyoko right now. But I can tell you on authority that 4, at least, heavy accusations, my brother, my sister, are being entered into relating to Dr. Sledge. Now, all this is about Dr. Sledge. It's not too much about the wife. But Iyoko has his own way of investigating in glitz and glamour and getting the results that Iyoko truly needs. In case you don't know what Iyoko means, his economic and organized crime office. That is Iyoko. And the guy at the helm of affairs is the guy wearing the blue suit with a blue tie, with a white beard, and a watch that glitters even in the dark. This is Capo di Tutti Capi, one Caporet, Raymond Archer. They went through investigations. They were sure what they knew. And then, boom, they picked up the woman. And when she sat before Iyoko and they started to talk, things started coming out. So much Now, information reaching me has said that the woman is cooperating. The woman is talking. And Dr. Sledge is angry. Because one, if the lawyer had been accepted by this woman, this lawyer would have known the extent of information this woman is giving to Iyoko. But the woman said, you know what? I am cool. Everything is nice. I can deal with this. So Dr. Sledge has no idea exactly what this lady, Queen Amadia, originally born Evelyn Nana Amadiodu, my brother, my sister, is telling authorities. We have our ears to the ground. The last time we checked, Dr. Sledge is not sleeping. He wants to know what is happening. Can we offer advice? Maybe the best way out is to surrender and turn himself in if he knows that he has a cupboard that is full of skeletons. Because where this matter has reached, only God can save him now. It's the Black Pot, aka Kukushonemo. And here we speak truth to power. Story number 2. Watch this. Dodo. Ghana MP FBI arrest. Honorable OK Frimpong sacrificed it all for his son. He's a gentleman that I truly love. We met twice. We've spoken a number of times on phone. In fact, he has been a philanthropist. Over there in Agogo, everybody knows this gentleman. Ohene Kwame Frimpong. That's him. Very gentle guy. Those who are closer to him call him Bobby. And in his heydays, some other people claim that he was called Azam Bobby. My brother, my sister, since this issue came out, we are being inundated with information. Many people are calling, giving us information. Some are saying things that we are yet to verify. Therefore, we will not share that yet. Others are also calling in and saying all the wonderful things they know about this man here. My brother, my sister, the fraud scam thing is not new to us. When he was running for office, he called me and he told me, he calls me prophet. He said, prophet, tell me, should I run for office? My people are pushing me to run for office. And we told you this story. And I told him, left to me alone, I'm not a politician. I'm not a friend to politicians. You are an honorable man, already respected by the people in the area. You don't need any political office to reach where you want to reach with the people. He said, but the people are pushing me. And I told him, if the people push you towards fire, would you jump into it because the people are pushing you? He said, oh no, my people will not push me to fire. They love me too much. And I said, the people can sometimes be wrong. But he told me he would think about it and pray about it. But before we hung up, I told him, you know what? If it's about the people, then you can go ahead. If it's about the people and not you, go ahead. And when he went in there, he started to campaign. Oh, then the incumbent guy there, oh my God, Jesus have mercy, started to say nasty things about this guy. Oh, he was a fraudster. There would be a by-election if he even won. So many such things. There were even posters during the campaign labeled wanted by the FBI. My brother, my sister. But he was able to weather all the storm. And he won by a massive majority. 70% and over. He won. He became The very first guy to ever win in that area, Asante Achim not, and is not an NPP person. Wow! He's always been a hotbed for the NPP, but he won on the ticket of the independent. And his sign was the salt. He owned Salt FM. My brother, my sister, when he won, he gave it all again to the people. Philanthropy, doing a lot of work for his people, bringing in a lot of different opportunities for the people, including scholarships for the people of the area and beyond. Everybody liked him. Then everybody forgot about the fraud thing. The first controversy that came up next was that he and his ex-wife had issues, but that was normal. Police came in, but again the storm was weathered. My brother, my sister, he's married with children. My brother, my sister, he has a male and 2 females. And these are the beautiful females. He is a man who believes in prayer. Time after time, he brings men of God to come and pray for him and his family. He loves his children like never before. My brother, my sister, he makes sure his children get nothing but the best of life. He told me one time, Black Rasta, it's all about my children when it comes to my life and service to mankind. This is okay, Frimpong. But information started lurking around that the FBI was looking for him. He himself heard it. My brother, my sister, he heard it. Information hit him that he needed to tread carefully and wisely. So he decided to remain in Ghana for a long while, at least to study the environment. Then the call came. And what was the call? His son was celebrating his birthday. The son is about 10 years old. He has never missed the birthday of any of his children, and they all live in the UK. And that's where he himself did a lot of business and even went to school. Tertiary education. Now, OK was torn between going to the UK to honor the son's birthday as usual and staying in Ghana. He wasn't even feeling too well. Then this was the punchline. There was a call from the UK. He picked up the call and it was his son. Daddy, 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 are you coming for my birthday? And that broke him down. He was torn between going. If it was normal days, he would not even have thought twice. But this time, he said, because of the so much noise about FBI and all that, let me just lay low and run out of this controversy. But the son spoke. And then he looked at it. Before he could think, he said, of course, have I ever missed your birthday? I give you my word, I am coming. Daddy, I hear you are not well. Don't worry, I will come. Have I given you my word and never followed up on that? I am coming. And when he hung up the phone, he looked at himself and probably told himself, I shouldn't have given him my word. My brother, 2 days to the birthday, the call came again. Daddy, are you coming? He said, yes, I bought my ticket, I'm coming. He jumped onto a KLM flight. This time round, he decided not to go to England straight, but to pass through Amsterdam, one of the most dangerous airports in the world, Schiphol, because he had some small business he had to do, and he was in the company of some MPs. And when they arrived, that was when he was picked up by Schiphol authorities. And when he was led to the cold room, they told him exactly why they picked him up. He looked up in the skies And all he could think about, two things. His son's birthday that he was going to miss for the very first time in the life of his son. He had given his son his word that he would come no matter what. Here he was looking at the disappointment on the son's face. Here he was imagining how the son will celebrate the birthday without the father. And how the son will turn to the mother and say, "Where's daddy? He lied to me." And tears started to run down his eyes. Authorities tapped him and left him there to be able to come back to normalcy. He was also thinking about his constituency. He thought about all the allegations of fraud and scam against him. Here he was facing reality, maybe facing his nemesis, shadows from the past. Okay, Frimpong. He sat down quietly, praying and crying. The birthday went on without him, and he doesn't want to know what happened. Is he going to return to the Parliament of Ghana? It will depend on just one very important factor. Now, as it stands right now, the Schiphol authorities have not yet handed him over to the FBI. Now, the Schiphol authorities, the Dutch authorities, will have to sit with the FBI and finally package him and put him on a plane all the way to America. But the Parliament of Ghana is using the Foreign Affairs Ministry and the diplomatic ties it has in The Hague to resolve this issue amicably. How are they going to resolve it? What is involved? Romance scam and using the wires to steal. In the coming days, hey, we have deep information. I'm looking at my table and I see a lot that I have written down. But you know, on this show, we never speak until all the facts are okayed, just as in honorable okay. Until then, all we can say is we wish you all the best, my good friend. And the man that you are, if you are truly guilty, in the words of Bob Marley, pay is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonomo. And here we speak truth to power. When we return, we got more. Hey ya, hey you, kai shagedodo, wayo,
Sometimes you just need a moment for yourself, a moment to slow down, feel the water, and let the day fade. Tesori is more than just a shower. It's a moment of pure calm, smooth, creamy, and relaxing. With forest therapy, Persian dream, royal oud, thalassotherapy, ikigai, fior di loto, and karma, all in convenient 500 milliliter bottles. There's a Tesori scent to fit every mood, every moment, every kind of you. Feel the lather on your skin. Breathe in the aroma. Let stress melt away and just enjoy the calm. You don't just feel clean. You feel refreshed, confident, and yourself. Tesori d'Oriente, Luxury is a feeling. For bulk purchases, contact Daddy Ash Limited on 0244 772599.
Tesori Doriente.
Go on, Skipper George.
Blackpot. Kuku show them.
It's the Blackpot, aka Kuku Show. And here we speak truth to power. Remember, here we don't criticize, but if we must, it would only be on one condition: to build and not to destroy. Oh, yes. Here we don't do politics. Never. What we do is called patriotism. It's all about our country or nothing. Notre pays ou rien. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you and we love you. Oh, my God. This is the Blackpot. Story number 3. Watch this. Kai. How I escaped last-minute death in the hands of RAWLINGS. And this is former Minister of State, AGYARKO. Cheremanteng AGYARKO. I know I'm not pronouncing the name properly. Cheremanteng AGYARKO. This is the man. Hey, my brother, my sister, he was vetted for a position in parliament, and he made it clear that RAWLINGS wanted to kill him. Now, recently, a few days ago, he granted another interview, even after the death of RAWLINGS. He's still talking about how he escaped death in the hands of Jerry John Rawlings, former president of the Republic of Ghana. Now, what happened? What did he do? Why did RAWLINGS pick him up? Hey, the story is most interesting. At a point, this was the energy minister of Ghana. He was embarrassed by Gabi Asari Ochridako, the pseudo prime minister of the Republic of Ghana, under Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. And he said it publicly that Gabi took over his office and disgraced him and took decisions as if he was the minister. In fact, he told us that when he was on a flight, Gabi had called him to issue instructions to him in his capacity as the pseudo prime minister of the Republic of Ghana. The Chelsea-born Gabi Asari Ochridako, the fashionista who missed his road and fell into the hands of politics. My brother, my sister, this is Cheremanteng AGYARKO. I want you to get to know this man more. Can I do a DNA of him? Run the dossier and watch this. Cheremanteng AGYARKO is a prominent Ghanaian economist, politician, and former banker. He is a leading member of the NPP and serves as a major figure in Ghana's political landscape. Now, he became a very powerful figure in the party. And now he has the chairman ambition, national chairman ambition. He officially declared his bid to contest for the national chairmanship position of the NPP. And is going headlong with Chairman Wontumi, who many believe would go to jail, leaving this man to run the race as a single horse race. He wrapped up the first phase of his campaign tour in May 2026, advocating for party unity ahead of the 2028 elections. Now he became the Minister of Energy, and this is a confirmation. He served as Ghana's Minister for Energy from February 2017 until August 2018 under President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. This is AGYARKO. Hey, but he had a stint with the Bank of New York. He's not a little boy. Now, before his full-time return to Ghanaian politics, he spent years in the United States as a political refugee. And we'll tell you why he was a political refugee. That is the purpose of this. My brother, my sister. Hey! Now he rose to the position of vice president of the Bank of New York unprecedentedly for any Ghanaian. He was the national campaign manager for the MPP during the 2012 general elections and functioned as a core policy advisor for the successful 2016 campaign. But who really is this man from birth? He was born in Kumasi in 1956. He's older than Ghana. Oh, yes. Yes. He was born to a merchant father who was a UP activist, that's the United Party, and a mother from Krobo, Udumase. Underline Krobo, Udumase. In fact, that town saved him. And I need you to underline that. Krobo, Udumase. He completed his GCE O level and A level at the prestigious Mfasepim School in Cape Coast. This is Boakye Chiremanteng AGYARKO. And he holds a Bachelor of Arts degree in Economics and Political Science from the University of Ghana, Legon. He later earned a Master of Business Administration, MBA, in Financial Economics from Pace University, right there inside New York. Hey, but whilst he was at Mfasepim, and also at the University of Cape Coast, he did a lot. What did he do? Watch this. He survived an extrajudicial execution attempt by firing squad. He was picked up as a student activist and he was taken for firing squad. Bullets were supposed to journey through his brains and maybe through his heart. My brother, my sister, during the military regime of the Provisional National Defense Council, the PNDC, led by Flight Lieutenant General John Rawlings, his miraculous escape during the political turmoil of 1983, I was only 9 years young, involves a sequence of extraordinary events. And I'm going to tabulate this chronologically. Watch this. First, he was arrested, and then there was supposed to be a shooting on June 19, 1983. A bloody failed coup attempt was launched against Jerry John Rawlings by the dissident soldiers led by Lance Corporal Halidu Jiwa. Do we all remember Halidu Jiwa? Do you know what he looks like? Or what he looked like? This is Halidu Jiwa. He was a Boku boy, speaking Hausa fluently, very hot-headed. Halidu Jiwa, Jesus. He attempted a coup. He almost won. In fact, he was masterminded by him, and they brought in Wachijan, who died recently. And he told me this personally in a number of interviews on radio. Bring back the dossier. Now watch this. Now, due to AGYARKO's prominent student activism and vocal criticism of the military government's economic policies, the state security apparatus marked him as a civilian conspirator. Finished. He was rushed from the morgue. My brother, my sister, after he was picked up by Rawlings. But when he was picked up by Rawlings, what happened? Soldiers seized AGYARKO, subjected him to severe torture, beat the hell out of him. They beat the krobo out of him. His name, Chiremanteng Boakye, made them think and believe that he was Ashanti. And therefore, he had links to the UP, the NPP, and the ILK. And therefore, he was an enemy of the PNDC. He deserved to die and be buried in an unmarked shallow grave. Hey, 1983. My brother, watch what happened now. He was beaten and they drove him all the way to the Air Force Station at Bema Camp. There he was lined up against a wall alongside 48 others, and they pulled their guns out. Watch them. And then they pulled the trigger. one after the other. They shot them at close range. They were not far away, close, so that the bullets would have the right effect. Him and 48 others, 49 in all. Hey, he had the gun rattling. And then people started to fall. Bra, 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 bra. And he also fell. Hey, he suffered extensive internal trauma from multiple gunshot wounds to his abdomen and back. He had several bullets in there. And when he fell, he was waiting for the mortuary man to come and say, they are all dead, so that it will be confirmed that he was dead. He didn't believe he was alive. Now, they were left there. After they were shot, they believed everybody was dead. And the body was picked up later and transferred to the 37 military hospital mortuary. You know what the mortuary looks like? The morgue. The mortuary. Some people say mortuary. My English tutor taught me to say mortuary. Like secondary and not secondary. Mortuary. This is it. The other name for it is morgue. I think that's how the Americans call it. Hey! They took them there, laid them on the floor. All those boxes, they are not bread boxes or ovens. These are fridges. Deep freezers to freeze flesh and bones. My brother, my sister, run back the dossier and watch Wagwan. Oh my God. Now they were taken to the 37 military hospital and then they were put down there. Oh my God. Go back. That's it, my brother. Now while he lay among the corpses, a sharp-eyed nurse noticed signs of life and realized he was still breathing. A nurse. Out of the 49 people shot and brought there, he was the only person who was gasping for air. And the nurse quickly pinpointed him and took him out. Flip. Hey! He was rushed from the morgue straight to the operating theater. A military surgeon, Lieutenant Colonel Dr. Albert Kweku Akpalu, performed emergency surgery to repair his heavily lacerated intestines and colon, saving his life. Out of the dozen shot with him that day, he was the only one who survived. 49 Rawlings lined all of them up and shot them one after the other at close range. African leaders, no common sense. Wicked. Hey! When he got well, he fled the country. Oh yes, because he was a high-profile target. They smuggled him out. He was assisted by his two sisters and a French citizen named Monsieur Le Veloir, who was successfully moved. He was successfully moved across. Hey, dash it away. Let's listen to he himself. Tell us what happened to him on the day. What actually saved him? I asked you to underline Krobo Udumasi, didn't I? I intentionally took it out of my narration so that he will tell you this himself. Watch this.
Jiwanum Kuno in the operations and a soldier for Chemi war just after broadcasting house. Omu Chemi enya jakuni mankasa. Sa time no so car me drive na kwampi ne car Peugeot 504 white. Then one of the officers, Minino, got on the radio. Said, yes, we have him. Then he told the other, they said we should send him to Air Force Station, Meadow Junction Air Force Station. And he bundle me into an armor personnel carrier. And who me could drew Meadow Junction and almost see me. just to be transferred to. Almost see me now, me home is senior boy be. Me call from 1 or from 5. Captain George Pattington, near friend Alaji.
Pattington.
Tell me home and I say, oh, wait there. For to benqua. Nam say Alaji. Oh, him and him they no catch the boys. Go and make mincemeat out of him.
Ah.
Hey, Messinia. Ah, Mona Missuniama. Dear my any time me a demico share Renault. Yes, gear blue, light blue. Na meme were chiri in the middle of 2 armed guards, and a driver no beat the front. And the instructions in the buy, no. Hey,
Asempa FM.
what could I do? And when I started say allowed me bomb pie. Na strangely, empire me bon, na me bo in Krobo. Nutria na brofo. I was praying in Krobo. Enti a while na the front no. Obisa say mini clonojolo.
We Krobonian.
Aye, nam say clonoje. George, who free him cloje. Nika o oduma say Christian quarters. E wa na omu nyina de omu sagu omu ti. Man. Oh God. The jami enyeji. They will have to answer for it. Too quickly they drove me to Air Force Station and home so me in KUFFOUR dim komo. Me drew her ye me see free camera near them ko tare by. Then as an officer came and stood in front of me. I said, Odi me dim komo interrogating me. Ah, na said the ojijina ha order dan. When I'm said man shedechi. Said na 2 soldiers with their guns were set on me. Enti oil or balance it and yeah no bisa say friend me say. Nam so a friend me boache jako. When ma say me free na no ba. E be Ashanti man kill am. E no twe no. O twe no hunda dem na tua kasa.
Ya two.
All the 6 or 8 bullets entered and came from my back.
Ya two.
Me count 9 in the form team. Nyami obe o nyami oshirawa no oshirawa. Me tall from no. Then I crawled into a room. Dead bodies. Me dawana boy bi ananko ye juma e wo Legon Hall annex 2 or ye cleaner e very na wuku. But Ojaiko army. Odimere kaba no yi me shirt. And exit wound no. Or more shirt and the pushy shape to slow down the bleeding. Timidawa na jambeta si yenyina e de call. What do I know? That time na me down amongst the other bodies. I was told that we were 49 shot on that day. No? I was the only survivor. To time we straight to 37 military hospital mortuary. Na omo tagi yeno. Ena mi cheme na. And sana nurse okro no hu say, "Hey, asemasi onui." To omo time me 2 trailer so. Ena dese. De me kaya ne say, me bisa ma me nurse ne say, your friend say. And also your friend no Lily Tamaklu. And I'm sure me mama your friend no Jane Ejako. Na ha not. Into Miss Rawako catch her and say Asamoah Atumini. And the woman assured me said nothing will happen to you. To a day call receiving a year of the theater. Me could do or na me classmate Chester Anitex in the Manchester was the doctor on duty. Onokra who was South Africa. Hey Torino. And Oko Frey, Dr. Lieutenant Colonel Akpalu, the surgeon on duty, no only Dr. Asari Bineye Opry, and Akpalu by no. So Akpalu started working. Menaya Akpalu Nakacha said, I dare not give you anesthesia. Mema anesthesia that would kill you. So they started operating without the anesthesia. Na kikri. They put me in the recovery. But I was told, said the instruction was that if after a certain number of hours, man, revive what? Then come back to mortuary. Luckily, not Major Okwe. Professor Okwe was the head nurse on duty. On your bomb, the kakra sa na miniti and omside the call ward. The next day, near Suma soldier for say me family free hospital ho. And Monsieur Levallois no say hinene ha. Empany. Na miam senior, another senior. Pata donko no kan. And na kakra. Look, I was in hospital for almost 3 months, 2.5 months. I useless. Dr. Palu never catch me say, hey, as soon as I discharge you, get the hell out of this country. They'll come for you again. Hey, Aboni Benkwana, Mayentia. Anyway, what can be? And I'm arranging Pipra. So I went to France first with the help of Monsieur Levallois, French chargé d'affaires.
SEMPA FM.
Me call France near the me call Comed. Ya ko share me with Comed. And sana, my sister said they be yanko US. And they me call US. So February 84, I was admitted at Yale New Haven Hospital and operated on again. Nibi de kakra sa ansana minantie no estati seba ansana mahode. So for 2 years I was not my just minyanipa. Me call no so no politics is my nyan tunchen. You can ask anybody. I started all the foreign branches of MPP.
Foreign.
Yes, North America.
Watch it. Sherematin Ejakon. His prayer in Krobo, not in tongues, saved him. Today is Ascension Day all over the world. The promise Jesus Christ made to his followers, the arrival of the Holy Spirit and beyond. He gave them a direction away from confusion. He prayed in Krobo. He didn't pray in tongues. And the Krobo soldiers around him heard it and said, wow, are you Krobo? We thought you were an Ashanti. He said the bullets, 6 to 8, all went into his back and into his abdomen. And when they came in and realized that he was not dead, the same story we told you, they carried him away, operated on him. His own schoolmates who left school and went into the army, they saw him and asked that he should be made mincemeat of. Mincemeat of. They should finish him up. Finally, as he was recuperating, the chief surgeon said, you know what? You have to leave the country. He went to France and later to America. And whilst he was there, he was still doing politics. This interview was granted 3 years ago. But it's still fresh in our memories. How a man could be so fortunate. 49 people were shot on the day. He was the only one who survived. Did Rawlings ever pay for those crimes? Never. My brother, my sister, military regimes have no respect for human life. He himself died a couple of years back. But my brother, these people were considered enemies of the revolution. He critiqued the military government. They picked him up, shot him between 6 and 8 bullets, but he survived it. In fact, they humiliated him even in the NPP and kicked him out miraculously, full of gymnastics and jingoisms. Now he wants to be the national chairman. But I believe they won't look at all these sacrifices and say, you know what? Let this man go. He has a heart for service. He loves the party. He loves his country. They would rather give it to people who have made money from Galamsey, people who are armed robbers by night and nobody knows. Basically, fundamentally, people who just have money and we don't care the source of the money. They are those they will give it to, not people who are rich upstairs and rich right there in the heart. Live long, my brother. Congratulations. Is the Blakk Pot, aka KUFFOUR. And here we speak truth to power. Story number 4. Watch this. President KUFFOUR is Ghana's greatest political criminal. And this is Kevin Taylor. Hey. Now, President KUFFOUR, I am told, is almost 90 years. This is the man. He's now relegated to a wheelchair. He was a 2-time president of the Republic of Ghana. And during his regime, he redenominated the Ghanaian currency and brought it at par with the American dollar. He was known as the gentle giant. Some people called him the sexy-eyed president. Many people admired his gentility juxtaposed with Rawlings' aggressiveness. We were used to Rawlings' hot temper. Ladies and gentlemen, the military style. And when he took over from Rawlings, there was a whole different atmosphere. He relegated all the soldiers to the barracks. And he left only police people at the banks and all those other places. And he reminded Ghana that it's not a military regime. In fact, the soldiers are meant for aggression. When it comes to peace, it's the police. In fact, that was monumental. Yes, monumental. This is KUFFOUR. J.A. KUFFOUR, John Ajekum KUFFOUR. He made the presidency so sweet. Many people could now visit. School children could go there for excursions without fear of soldiers holding guns and all that. It was only police. And Ghanaians admired that. But it looked like in all the gentility, he himself had his own skeletons in the cupboard. We all remember that it was said that he had some inside hatred for Rawlings, because he and Rawlings never saw eye to eye. And in several interviews, Jerry John Rawlings made it clear that this man was a devil and that he prevented him from enjoying the benefits of his presidency as an ex-president. All the courtesies that he was supposed to get, he blocked everything. At a time, he was even sick. In fact, his wife was very sick and needed to be flown out of the country for treatment. And he wrote a letter to the presidency at the time. And KUFFOUR was in there asking for help. KUFFOUR decided not to budge. He threw the letter away and nothing happened. Rawlings had to go around begging to be able to take care of his wife. He never forgave KUFFOUR. That wasn't all. Even when Rawlings traveled, the courtesies he was supposed to get from the airlines, according to Jerry John Rawlings, this man here blocked everything and he had to carry his own bags even at the airport just to humiliate him. And when he arrived, the Ghana embassy and consulates abroad that were supposed to give him a certain kind of courtesy, they were all blocked. And except for one, I think the one in the US that said, you know what? They said we shouldn't give you this, but we can't watch you do all this for Ghana and still go through that. And they forced their way out of the normal and did the abnormal for him. This is KUFFOUR. In his days, he imprisoned Salome. And Salome was in there. He finally died at the Kolebu Teaching Hospital of asthma and some other such illnesses. My brother, my sister, some other people were jailed. We also remember a certain PNC Malam Isa, who was a sports minister, who had his party tell him not to join the all-inclusive government of the NPP, but he defied his own PNC party and went to join KUFOUR's party. Malam Isa was humiliated when he lost some amount of money in a briefcase that was meant for the Black Stars. He was jailed. He finally received amnesty because he was sick to the letter. Then there was also that monumental case of Chatuchi Kata, the boss of the GNPC. He was locked up, and the accusation was simple: misappropriation and diversion of public funds into private pockets. Oh my God. He was locked up at Nsawam. He also had asthma. His inhaler couldn't help him. He ended up at the Kolebu Teaching Hospital, where doctors saved his life. My brother, my sister. And long story cut short, the people advocated that he should be freed. Free Chachuchi Kata. And then at the end of his tenure, he gave amnesty to Chachuchi Kata, and he refused it point blank. He said, I don't need it. I want to go to court and fight for my name. Of course, his party came into power. They went to court. He cleared his name. The criminal tag attached to his name was wiped off clean, like a sheet of ice on the mountaintop. My God. This is KUFOUR. He was quiet, but many people said he was a rat. The Dagombes call that Popsekanyira Jangbarga. The rat would blow cold air and bite now. And when you are shaking, it blows air again and bite. Snake under grass. Kevin Taylor came hard against him. He called him lazy. Relegated to a wheelchair, not because he's sick, but he's lazy. And many people said that he should apologize to this man because he's an elder statesman and he doesn't deserve to be called lazy. He's old. He's almost 90 years. And he's relegated to a wheelchair. How many people reach 90 and they are still looking healthy like this man? But Kevin Taylor has responded. Instead of giving an apology, he wore an NPP apparel, telling them and reminding them that he's still a member of that party. And then he went full-fledged with accusations. Let me take you to the Loud Silence TV and let's listen to Kevin Taylor. I must warn you, there are expletives in this. He spoke in Akan. When we return, we will summarize it in just 1 minute without the expletives. Watch this.
2005 for KUFOUR Sons Company. Remember, company where I just $6 million. Nipa mi nupe ene yomu ya KUFOUR ba bema ene ne baba. Ose me anka KUFOUR ho asem. Enti me kire mo se KUFOUR no anka ni se nko gina bedwom kura kasa. No. Nobody should give KUFOUR any space to speak in Ghana politics. Through a company called Airport West Hospitality Company Limited. So that is what KUFOUR wanted to establish. Hotel on the media by Mama Mebano and I had the 2002 Meti company. Me baba man me baba no kwa ne belidi me dinim enti achi omokra you can't mention my name. That was the master plan. Now Mr. John KUFOUR, the son of President John Agyekum KUFOUR, is the sole owner of the property near the president private residence known as Hotel KUFOUR. Baby na KUFOUR no hotel ni sino. Sa hotel wa no na ene KUFOUR private residence na share wall. Do you understand? Sa hotel na in their friend Regency Hotel so na right now it is called African Regent Hotel. Sa hotel na almost $6 million those times no. Na ene KUFOUR private residence na share wall. J.A. KUFOUR president no. Hotel na ne baneto no ene Kufuor efiri na share war. What are you telling me? Ose Kufuor is corrupt. He's the worst president ayenya in the history of Ghana. Yes, me chamo Kufuor no. Muna mo pushi mo de ne share bracket bi me fa Kufuor share bracket bi amo document. Office of the Auditor General, Ministries, Block O, blah blah blah, DSA. Consolidated report of the Auditor General on special audits into the operations of district assemblies for the period 2001 to 2004. Now, who read the letter in na? Oh, maybe I cycle or read no. I'm sure I did all. I say the report portrays financial management lapses, breaches and internal controls, and departures from the legislative framework, policies and guidelines established for the administration of the district assemblies. These have in no small measure contributed to the irregularities with financial value of more than 237 billion Ghana cedis appearing in this report, which have been included in my annual report to Parliament. Auditor General say, under the leadership of KUFFOUR from 2001 to 2004, audited district assemblies, you know, because of when nimraso, nyome bi a abano ema district assemblies ni bi efumuye ebuso no, a car omudwiri gu no na around 237 billion Ghana cedis. Now, who breaking it down now? We the Auditor General no at that time. You'll be shocked under KUFFOUR. Munim sa nyoma wenti, monye sa KUFFOUR ba no o yesu because mu mudu do MPP for Sebia Santifo be mon kenkan. Mo pese mu politi Ghana former KUFFOUR ba Jesu. KUFFOUR is not Jesus. He's the worst president in the history of Ghana. Now mama chiro ade. You see, yanko inside the audit. Honorable Uyembe show ade. Consolidated summary of key findings and recommendations. Cash management. Where you see here under mo papa KUFFOUR. 1. Cash management issues involving a total amount of 52.2 billion were noted in various district assemblies as follows. 1. Failure to issue receipts. Under KUFFOUR, district assemblies did not issue receipts. Sika about 23.6 billion went away. We didn't see it. Under J.A. KUFFOUR, and remember, me started reading the first page, you know. Okache say, "Omo indi mra bia so Parliament mra, Ghana mra, na under J.A. KUFFOUR the district assemblies, you know, they were not following any rule." 2. District disbursement from revenue 7.32 billion. 3. Misapplication of funds 6.5 billion. This is 2004. What did KUFFOUR do? He did nothing because he had set his people at the district assemblies. That is how he was making the money. 4. Missing district assembly common fund, HIPIC funds and transfers. Missing district assembly common fund, HIPIC funds and transfer 3.46 billion. Common fund, HIPIC sikakra iraye. Transfers and amfribem na ira. Kwasiafo mo say yeme pa KUFFOUR chow. The same period na KUFFOUR Airto Hotel no na your HIPIC. Where did he get the banks get that money from? But this is the audit. HIPIC sikakra iraye, District Assembly Common Fund iraye during transfers. Sasikani ina iraye and KUFFOUR. How much was missing? 3.46 billion. The report is there. Go and read. Because KUFFOUR is the greatest criminal in Ghana's political history. Now, kwasiebi to say adana okasasa. I'm showing you the facts. When come in ye, muna musemenye. Number 5, source deduction by District Assembly Common Fund 3.4 billion. Every single thing was in billions. This is the Auditor General's report. Now you come to misappropriation of internally generated fund. IGF now, 2.77 billion. They just chop IGF. Internally generated fund now, district assemblies were raised, they were chopping it. Under KUFFOUR. Then you tell me, say, "Mama KUFFOUR system." Adaya, Mr. KUFFOUR lazy into TV that make sure KUFFOUR no. Now you go to MP's Common Fund, not fully accounted for 1.9 billion. MP's Common Fund, almost a dinina. And don't forget, KUFFOUR was the ECOWAS chairman there. It owns a hotel, the American one cemetery. Now, ECOWAS bank account, and KUFFOUR was the ECOWAS chairman. Remember, Renvi, don't sit there and say, the American Yana KUFFOUR, you're HIPIC. Na osai ECOWAS chairman enitina hotel no na neba etuminya loan free ECOWAS bank no. Now you go to suppression of value books 1.6 billion unsupported 8 fund disbursement 8 sika yeah 8 yada ko 8 no 1.29 billion omu Jesus kenya die 8 for ko edi sika. Then we come to unearned salaries. Salaries this and for 789.7 million Ghana cedis. Remember, Metro KUFFOUR ban hotel no where a district assembly common fund audit and KUFFOUR. Make a hotel na make a ECOWAS bank account na KUFFOUR na the chairman of ECOWAS. Satani or HIPIC na the bar air top a hotel of $6 million. Now banks are ECOWAS banks, national investment banks, Ghana for banks. Those were the banks giving KUFFOUR sika. Where Jimmy? Okay, Jimmy say I should not speak on KUFFOUR. The first tranche of 20 million United States dollars, equivalent to 182.90 billion, was approved on 20th July 2006. The second tranche of 11
KUFFOUR is Ghana's greatest political criminal. He brought his son and daughter to front Hotel Wawa, aka KUFFOUR Hotel, at a time when HIPIC was on. According to him, dubiously, they were able to get loans from banks. And there was so much stealing in the system at the time. From the district common funds, from money that was supposed to go to AIDS patients, and so on and so forth. Unearned salaries. And he was the supervisor over all this rot in the country. Ghana at 50, he also mentioned that. My brother, my sister, this is John Agyekum KUFFOUR. What do you think? Was he the worst president Ghana ever had? Again, it's all about Ghana. And are we worshiping people just because they are old? Or should we look at their contribution to the nation? Did KUFFOUR do well? Of course, we all know in the days he was scared that once he left power, and it was obvious that another party would come into power, Hotel Wawa might just be frozen and picked up by the government. So they had a way of selling it so that KUFFOUR and his family would be free. We all remember how Hotel Wawa was even bought. And Kevin Taylor didn't remember to add that. It was said that the hotel was so high and towering that it was a security threat to the president whose house shared a wall with that hotel. And by all means, it had to be bought by the president. It was one of the reasons. And the man who sold it, a Lebanese man, I believe, took his money in millions and left the country in peace and left the politicians to fight over this. Is it too late to bring KUFFOUR to justice? Can Iyoko go into this? Or should we say that he's so old and relegated to a wheelchair, so his karma has already come to him? or he has a certain kind of immunity? If yes, then where would the country go if we keep giving criminals that kind of immunity? I'm not saying he is. I'm saying if we can give immunity to criminals. A good man knows that he has immunity, and all of a sudden he becomes a criminal. How do you handle such a person? Well, thanks to Kevin Taylor for bringing all that. My brother, my sister, we are not too excited about the expletives, but that is his style. He has his audience. My brother, my sister, we will not moralize it on anybody. But are the facts strong enough to call this man the greatest political criminal in the history of Ghana? It's for you and I to debate. It's the Black Pot, aka KUFFOUR, where we speak truth to power. When we return, we have a final story. Hey ya, hey you, kai, wayo.
Black pot. KUFFOUR, man.
It's the Black Pot, aka KUFFOUR, and here we speak truth to power. Remember, here we don't criticize, but if we must, it would only be on one condition: to build and not to destroy. That is why we keep saying we are in the service of God and country. Thanks so much to our sponsors. Hey, turn every single shower into a royal experience with Tesori Doriente. And thanks so much to Millennium Insurance, your trustworthy partner. And thanks so much to Lemfi. No transfer fees, the most competitive rates, and above all, Lemfi will give you the cash back as a first-time sender. Just remember to use the referral code 1RASTA. Rasta Bakupe. This is the Black Pot, aka KUFFOUR, where we speak truth to power. Story number 5. Watch this. Xenophobia. New South African group now fights disgraceful xenophobia. Wow. Now we all consider South Africa as the most xenophobic country in Africa. We see how Ghanaians are beating up Zimbabweans, Nigerians, sometimes even summarily executed. In fact, fellow Africans are beaten up, sometimes even killed. And the reason is that they are taking our jobs. They are taking our jobs. Yet, a lot of these people are so lazy they don't even want to work. My brother, more than 80% of the South African economy is controlled by white people. And white people run South Africa. A lot of these guys here are only interested in amapiano and boom. They give you all the hot dances. My brother, and when it comes to work, they want to be paid like professionals. And other African countries find that loophole. They go into the country, and the white guys there who already want to bring a confusion amongst Africans, they employ these ones, pay them a quarter what they would have paid South Africans, and they do the work. And that happens in England. It happens in America. undocumented people. It's a crime, though, to employ undocumented people. But my brother, it is happening. We all remember how people from South America and those other places run into America, inundated America and England, doing jobs that the ordinary British and American person will not do at a fee that is so ridiculous. It's happening in South Africa. Now the people of South Africa are angry. They are not blaming the authorities. They are blaming Africans who are coming into the country. And they say they are taking our jobs. They are taking our jobs. So they kill. Year after year, they kill. And their leaders sit back and watch them after making 2 announcements and going back to sit and drink beer and dance to amapiano. My brother, my sister, this is what is happening in South Africa. And this looks like it's going to be the last. Because so many other African countries have stood up. The government of South Africa is a useless government that has no common sense of patriotism. They don't remember anything. My brother, they struggle to bring in a black man as president. But the white man is still controlling South Africa. What is the importance of bringing one goat to lead 1 million lions? That is what it is in South Africa right now. The black leaders have been turned into goats and sheep. And the white man has become a lion. It's like in the days of colonialism. Oh, we allow you to rule, yet we control all the resources. We remember Leopold II when he went all the way to the country that he named after himself, Leopoldville. History will treat us very, very harshly. My brother, my sister, the South African government, black as it is so careless. Sit down and watch all these riffraffs go on the streets, beat up black people, kill them, and the slogan is they are taking our jobs. They are taking our jobs. The moment they see anybody who's not South African, all we hear, hey, then they all go after him, slaughter him, and make merry. Yet, what they don't understand is that when all these people leave, it will even be worse for them. Because they are not there begging. They are working. And it is helping the economy what they do. At least the average South African is getting food stamps, free food, because of the work of some of these people. But these guys go to the hospitals and chase them out. Pregnant women are chased out. They don't care whether you have papers or not. And they tell them each day, we don't care if you have papers or not. They are taking our jobs. That is what they are saying. It is only in South Africa that the cleaner of a gutter can tell a medical doctor that he's taking his job. You are taking my job. My brother, my sister, it is sad, and I don't want to sound terrible, because South Africa is still Africa. We love South Africa no matter what. But there's good news. There's a group that has given all Africans to leave South Africa. They've given us a certain deadline to leave, June 30. Another group has come out and is also demonstrating on the streets of South Africa against xenophobia. But look at their numbers. Those who are joining the xenophobia group, they are 1 million times bigger than those who are anti-xenophobia. Anyway, we love them because they have common sense of understanding. Let's take you to the streets of South Africa and see exactly what this wonderful group is doing. Watch this.
We are marching for justice. We are tired of the exploitation that is happening, dehumanizing of other people or othering other people because we call them illegal. And our argument is that the right to dignity is for all people. It's not dependent on the border. It's not dependent on how someone sounds or where they are from. It's a human inherent right. What government is not telling people, or what the politicians are not telling people when they try and scapegoat migrants, is that these issues are an issue that is occurring because of their lack of delivering service to the people, right? It's not happening because a few people cross the border. So that's the truth that we are advocating for.
This demonstration is first and foremost a statement that the few xenophobes that are out there harassing migrants, scapegoating them for all the problems that we are not speaking for all of us. So we are saying, people from, workers' movement, from communities, that we see our problems. Our problem is mass unemployment in this country. This crisis of factory closures, of deindustrialization. Many mines are closed that used to provide tens of thousands of jobs in our community. The idea that all of that, the 12.4 million unemployed people in this country are because of the migrants, is outrageous. We have problems in this country, and what we are saying is that government must stop scapegoating migrants. We are saying that the hate speech, the violence that is emitted on migrants must come to an end, and there must be an action on the part of those in authorities.
South Africa is a country of about 60 million people. 12.4 million people do not have jobs. How can you claim that 12.4 million people who are unemployed is all because of the few migrants who are coming into the country? That's what the guy is saying. Mines have closed down. We all remember the Marikana mine. The people who were demonstrating and how the white guys opened fire on native South Africans and killed them. The whole world mourned just a few years back. The mines are closing down. Factories are closing down. When white people's moods swing, they lock up their factories and sit down to drink wine. Whilst we, black people, are killing each other because the white man has locked his factory. That's the problem with South Africa. Now, these people are great people. But I'm going to prophesy. Watch in the next few days, these Zulu homophobes. I'm not saying all Zulus are homophobes. That's not the one. But I'm saying that these guys who have come together wearing that Zulu hat and holding shields and spears, those homophobes are going to start attacking these guys. They will slaughter them like goats, Shaka Zulu style. It's laziness. Now, these foreigners who are in the country, they are not even running after the white man's jobs. They are creating their own jobs in their own style. Look at the Ugandan boy who was chased the other day. He said, I am cooking food here. I said, no, you can't leave Uganda and come and cook food here. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. He said, oh, why are you in this country? Oh, I have my papers, I have everything, I'm married to a South African. No. Don't do this. Whether you have papers or not, go. Don't listen to the authorities. Listen to us. The country has become a banana state. No laws. People can walk on the street. People who are so useless in the society, they can't even boil water without burning it. They too, they have power to attack medical doctors, people who have gone to school to study. They are expatriates working in the country. They attack them and kill them because they are not South African. They are taking our jobs. They are taking our jobs. Yet, a lot of these so-called foreigners have started their own jobs and they are employing South Africans. Sometimes they get so angry and say, how can a foreigner employ me? How can a foreign? They prefer having the white man employ them to a black man from another country employing them, who had sickness of the highest order. This is patriotism malaitis. Well, thanks so much to that group. We appreciate you and we love you. South Africa will learn. The white man is still the ruler of South Africa. And that is the bitter truth. Today, if the white man wants you to start killing other Africans and each other, he will lock up his factory and sit down there and drink wine in Cape Town, in Durban. If the white man goes on holiday and he locks up his factories and is chilling right there in Holland, you are busily killing each other because you don't have laws that will make you equal owners. This was what the Zimbabwean president Mugabe fought. White people have taken over South Africa. Mandela was not too interested in that. He just wanted the country to be independent in one way or the other. But the economic divide is controlled by the same old apartheid regime. Why don't you go out on the street and demonstrate that you want equality when it comes to the economic divide? No, you rather are killing each other to go and work for the white man. What a shame. Where is your independence, South Africa? You are killing each other to go and work for the white man. Same white man who brought you apartheid. South Africa is not independent. No, sir. You are not. Don't fool yourself that you are. The only people who are independent in South Africa are the EFF people. Malema and his boys. They are the only people who are independent. The Khaleds, the whoever, and the whoever, they are all fighting each other in order to serve the white man. It's slavery of the highest order. You are proud wearing your Zulu thing on your head and holding shields and spears, walking with your pot belly when you should be hitting the gym and working. It's laziness to have a pot belly. You don't know that? It's laziness to grow a pot belly. How can a 22-year-old man be looking like an 80-year-old man with a fat pot belly because you are only drinking one kombote and singing one more zameni, one more kombote, one more zameni, one more kombote? No, grow above that, my brother. Discipline your pot belly. Stop drinking too much beer. Go for your independence. What is independence without economic independence? You go and take an independence of a flag and a national anthem. Who may say Kelele Africa? When our body do she be yo. You sing it, we like the melody. We join you in singing it even though we don't truly understand and know the words. But you grab the independence of a flag and a national anthem, and then you ignore the independence of the economy. Economic independence. Then today you are killing each other for economic independence and you claim that you have independence. It's a mockery of an independence. It's called Mickey Mouse independence. Thanks so much to our brethren. We love you. As for the president of South Africa, you are a disgrace. I used to like you, but I've ceased to like you until you reason. You have no control over that country. You are a puppet. You are a joke. It's the Blakk Pot, a.k.a. KUFFOUR. And here we speak truth to power. Well, we're going to take your comments. I'll be done for the day. In the interim, Tesori d'Oriente. Turn every single shower into a royal experience. Millennium Insurance, your trustworthy partner. And thanks so much to Lemfi. I'm a proud Lemfian. Now you can transfer money with no transfer fees. You get the most competitive rates. And above all, your money is secured. We give you cash backs. If you are first time senders, just use the referral code. 1 RASTA is the Blakk Pot, aka Coco Show them up. And here we speak truth to power. Now let's see your comments. And we are done for the day, okay? Benazu is always here and he says it's time. Lucky Man says can't wait. Time, please. Alex Pelle says hi. McCarthy Corey says move up fire. Watching live from Adan. More comments? Osai Bedu says come here. The Blakk Pot, aka Kuku Show them up. McCarthy Corey returns and says Blakk Pot watching you live from Adan. Awudu Abdul Rashid says move up fire. Watching you live from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Raphael Bamflo says watching you live from India. Oh, nahi. Pyare nahi kumde. Wow. Sedu Isaka says hi Rasta. Greetings from Tokyo. Moshi Moshe. Ufuama Holy Omoto says good evening Black Rasta. More fire. Asafwache ni Ayikakalo says greetings Black Rasta. Job for the youth. How far with the Commander Sugar Factory? Hey, you've reminded me of something. Hey, thank you. I'm going to follow up on that. Gold Star Airlines, we are still struggling with the authorities to make good, at least to tell us why it's not happening. Sagleme Housing. Sagleme, there's a documentary that is going to be coming out by the weekend, hopefully. And then you get to see what we went there to do, okay? A ferry, Ella General Hospital and more. Please note this MCR producer so that we'll follow up on this one after the other. Abena Silla says fire. Benjamin Latte says the Blakk Pot. Alajibu Yurubushal Savulugu says good evening Black Rasta. Watching you live from Savulugu. Why? And it says Black Rasta. No problem. Palu Naba is smiling with love. Daniel Awaji says, why only Ghana? Which one? Remember to make us understand, okay? Ras Okokofi Sun Moon says, come here. Patrick Nati says, good evening. Professor Blakk, indeed, truth to power. Our country or nothing. Dash it away, okay? More comments coming in from Facebook and also from YouTube. Eric Yao Lopez Abankwa says, is this live? I've watched Dr. SLEDGE's story this week. Of course it is live. Dr. SLEDGE's story is not stagnant. So we bring you, you understand? This is an update. It's about his wife. Okay? So check it out, Eric. Ras Okokofi Sun Moon says, watch this. Dash it away. Mark Romeo Fori says, the symbol of the mafia is the patient bed, the vulture. Wow. Akana Yozure says, welcome legendary Blakk, watching you live from Torino, Italy. Blakk, there is something going on in Kumasi, Abrame, Kenyase area, where I had that in the evening, where I heard that in the evening, drivers increase prices from 3 cities to 10 cities to carry passengers, which is, you see, so the average Ghanaian is actually an animal. In fact, we visit each other with wickedness. We take advantage of each other. Didi Prekon. That's why we never get rich. Instead of creating the garden that will bring the best, we are rather chasing the best. Hey, before I die, I pray we will have buses that will carry people for free from one point to the other. I pray that God gives me that because I'm always praying about that. Looking at the problems we have in Accra. Buses that will just have young patrons written on them. With the photos of our heroes. So that people can just wait at the bus stop and grab that. I'm sure that it will help. For free, absolutely. It's my dream. If you want this dream to come through, say amen. That's it. More comments coming in. Okay. And of course, we have Raskaba. He says, Assalamu alaikum, big brother, Professor Blakk Rasta himself. More fire. Respect to you. And I pray that Allah Almighty blesses you, inshallah. Raskaba says he's watching us from Spain, Barcelona. Yes, long live the Blakk Pot. Show them up. Come here. More fire. And we have Francis Adinge Nyoke. Okay. This is a fra man. Yes. Good evening, Blakk. It's time to hear the truth. Mariam Ali says, yeah, Papa KUFFOUR, the criminal ever. Are you sure? Hani Adonani says, hi, family. Good evening. JDS says, greetings, Blakk. We are live. Why, our country or nothing. Why, speak truth to power. Why, nobody is bigger than the truth. Why, Henry Atia says, hi, Blakk. How are you doing? Joseph Arthur says, home of hot exclusives. Henry Atia says, please, Blakk, don't forget to follow up on the Bolgatanga hospital story. Oh, there's a story in Bolgatanga? What is it about? Our numbers are scrolling on the screen. Pick up the numbers and give us an insight so we can follow up, okay? Good evening to the good people of Bolgatanga. La Wane, you respond, La Nson. And may the good Lord bless and protect you from Mother God. Thank you, Henrietta. We love you, okay? I used to be in Bolga, running around Rumfanguru, McLean, and all those places. Oh, Bolga, I love you. Ras Oko Kofi Sun Moon says 94 million American dollars. And OK allegations is just 32 million. Well, we'll come up with the real figures, okay? And he has been arrested and SLEDGE is walking free. And even defending his wife, Ganapa, well, he's not walking free. OSP picked him up, interrogations and all that, so he's not walking free. I understand when you say he's walking free, but he's not walking free. Right now, I think that, Ras Okokofi Sun Moon says live. Pandipa Bank, Blakk, that's a big headache for the so-called Dr. SLEDGE. Big one. Because right now, my brother, he's in a limbo. He doesn't know what his wife has told authorities already. And I believe by now authorities are smiling, you know, and dancing a dua around the woman. King, 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 tefre kuche kuche. My God, I love Adua. And there's another one they do like that. I think it's still the Adua, right? Oh my God. Ras Okokofi Sun Moon says, come here. Asuma Mohammed says, Blakk, you are too much. We love you. You are too much. I love you. Okay? 2 more comments and we are out. 2 more slides and we are out. Okay? Samuel A.O. Sunday Adedekun says, well done. I greet you with a salute of patriotism. Salute back. Samuel, how you doing? Michael Nuwache says, Blakk, I hope you did not take my comment about being gentle personally yesterday. No, I didn't. No, not at all. Okay? Yeah, man. It's cool. Sly Enim says he's not going to America today or tomorrow. They should come and pick him up from Ghana. Yo. And Sly returns. He says, yes, he is. Men's says, is he a Butrika advanced version? If he is, Ghana cannot play double standard. No. Right now, it's not even in the hands of Ghana. He's in the hands of foreign authorities. And they planned it strategically. I can tell you that. But we'll bring you more information. Hey, we have all the exclusives. I mean, stories that we tell you 3, 4, 5 days. It's now that some people are telling that. And we understand because we are the news leaders. Okay? Rose Anani says, now is KUFFOUR's 10. They are trying to bring RAWLINGS in. Last comment. The man says, Malam Isa founded the KUFFOUR camp. Funded. I'm sure that's what you wanted to say. Funded the KUFFOUR campaign according to an interview he granted. Emmanuel Ania says, you handle the story of Rashida, Tanko, Haja Farid, and Shatawale without any favoritism. Although you claim you had a personal relationship with them, kindly do same with OK. So this is the second time, Emmanuel, you are bringing this matter. I don't know what you want. Honestly. I honestly don't know what you want. If you are saying that I had personal relationship with all these people and we came out the way we came out, go back and watch how it started. It didn't start with, no, we followed the story. As is growing, and we are getting more information, that we hit harder. That's how it is always been. But Emmanuel, you keep making it look like we are trying to favor. No, we are only being careful and wise, like we have always been. Do you know when we knew the Rashida story? But we started with Edu Boakye, went all the way to almost the end before Rashida came in. And look at how it is. Oh, please. Just because I told you that, oh, I knew this person, we had done this. So that means that you have to read meanings into that. Then you don't know Black Rasta. You don't. Go back and watch some of the Edu Boakye stories. Go back and see how we praised him for the achievements. You understand? Achievements. I think I have to look for the title so you can just go and watch it. But just go down. Edu Boakye did this. He did this. He did this. He helped to even catch some people who kidnapped some people left, right, and center. He was a great guy. That was how the thing started before we started to, hey, Tanko, even Tanko. Go back and look at the stories. How I went to his house, how my car got bent and all that. It was all beautiful, nice. Then we started to get information and hard. I don't like it when people make it look like Black Rasta is being partial. No. Partiality is not part of me. Even if it was my mother, we will still hate her. Because Ghana is bigger than all of us. Okay? So, Emmanuel, it is what it is. Everlast Bella says, so Rawlings didn't steal Ghanaians' money. Well, he claimed he didn't. He did nothing. He had no foreign bank account. And for a reason, I believe him. Yes, I believed him. MT says, because he wanted to lay his thievery plan, he pushed the soldiers to the barracks. Andy Mark Carty says, Chikate's case was about financial loss, not conversion. Of course, I think that's what we said. He diverted, we didn't say converted, diverted public funds into private pockets. That's financial loss. Okay? Okay? So it's cool. Okay? You know, I understand. I mean, you have to use the terms. If you don't use them, then you are wrong. But no. Okay? Michael Nuwachi says, with the bad politicians we have these days, Kevin is the solution. Okay? Wise Inspirational says, please, we need an update of the 2 fraud boys arrested in the days. It looks like some people are showing interest in this. If I don't, some people might think that it's favoritism or partiality, or maybe I've known them, I've seen them before. It's not every story we can put out. Okay? We've done a lot of these fraud stories from Abu Trika. Oh, but yeah, that's why we are here. Okay? We'll bring you the X Factor. All right? Yeah, man, the X Factor is going to come. X Factor will certainly come. All right? And then, who is here? Big Dream says that this guy is credible when it comes to his job. Yes, I am. Salute. Patriotism. Big Dream says Kevin is truthful. Okay, yes. Why not? Michael Nuwachi says, I now see why Rawlings never liked KUFFOUR. Michael Nuwachi says, I now see why Rawlings never liked KUFFOUR. And then Jack Bida says, Wachi AGYARKO is lying. Evil NPP. No, it's not lying. It's not a liar. Anyway, my name is Black Rasta. I want to say thank you so much. We appreciate you and we love you. It's been the Black Pot, aka KUFFOUR, where we speak truth to power. We'll return again tomorrow. Yes, same time, 6 p.m. And we'll work it down till about 8 p.m. Until then, we love you. We appreciate you. God be with you. And thank you so much. Please share the broadcast so many people can see. And if you have anything to tell us, our numbers are on the screen. You want to do business with us, your business will spread like wildfire. Like all these people are enjoying. Until then, on behalf of the team here, we say in Amharic,